Welcome to ECE 211 Circuits 1 for over the summer. I'm Jake Lauer, and this video is a quick welcome to the class, kind of give you an overview of what the class is all about, and a to-do list, things you need to get done before the semester starts. Now, starting out, this is Circuits 1. It's one of the first courses you take in electrical, computer, and software engineering. In terms of what those are, electrical engineering, it covers devices that use electricity, which are electronics, filters, interfaces to computers. It may or may not include a computer. Computer engineering are electronic devices that include a computer. That's software and hardware tied together with a computer. You read the inputs and control the outputs and control those using software. That includes low-level programming, such as reading the sensors, driving the actuators. Mid-level programming, like getting a quadcopter to hover, typically 100 to 1,000 lines of code. And there's also software engineering. There you focus primarily on software with a little bit of hardware. That looks at high-level programming like artificial intelligence, getting quadcopters to swarm, do a gradient search to find a gas leak, typically like 1,000 lines of code. So Circuits 1 is kind of the introduction to the hardware side of all three majors. So Circuits 1 is kind of the gateway course. Before you take any course in electrical engineering, you need to take Circuits 1. So this course is really important. This gives you the fundamentals that you'll use for the next 2-3 years. It covers the tools like current loops, voltage nodes, Thevenin equivalents. It covers using Circuit Lab. That is a program that's a very nice simulator for electronic circuits. It covers how to build circuits using breadboards. And lab tools, like multimeters, oscilloscopes. Now, this is a lab-based course. You're going to need a lab kit, kind of like this. That's one of the things on your to-do list. Send me your email address. That's if you're an NDSU student, register for the class. Send it to me as soon as you can, and I will send you a lab kit. And for everyone else out there in the internet world, sorry we can't send lab kits to everyone. However, if you go on Bison Academy, Bison Academy is the semi-official website for our department. Go under ECE Labs. This has the components that we use in the lab kits. It hasn't been updated yet, but it will shortly. So you can go out and get the components up for yourself if you really want. And I'll talk more about the lab kits in just a little bit. Now, in terms of the content for the course, the first couple lectures look at terminology, definitions, Kirchhoff's laws, resistors in series and parallel. Given a circuit like this, how do I simplify it by adding resistors in series and parallel, come up with a net resistance? Lectures 4 through 10 look at DC circuit analysis. I can use conservation of current and say the voltages are whatever it takes to make the currents balance, meaning the current in equals current out, or the net current from a node has to be 0. There is a thing called current loops. Under conservation of voltage, if we go around a closed loop, all the voltages have to add to 0. So the currents are whatever it takes to make the voltages balance. And there's a thing called Thevenin equivalent. If I look in on a circuit, I see effectively a voltage source and a resistance. What is that? Those are the main tools you're going to use over the next 4 years, 2 to 4 years in the ECE program. With those, you can pretty much analyze any circuit. Lectures 11 through 20 go into op-amp circuits. An op-amp is a high-gain amplifier. It's become the building block of pretty much all electric circuits. Really, really useful. We'll also cover capacitors, inductors, solving differential equations using numerical methods. We'll then look at AC circuit analysis. If my input is a sine wave, I now have resistors, inductors, capacitors. To describe these, they're all different. I need to use complex numbers. Resistors have a real resistance. Inductors have a resistance of plus J. Capacitors have a resistance of minus J. That's called phasor analysis. Using phasors, I can represent these components using complex numbers, and then I can simplify circuits. What is the net impedance as a complex number? I can start building filters. Filters are circuits that behave differently at different frequencies. We'll finally then look at solving differential equations with an RL circuit or RC circuit. So that's kind of where we're heading. You can see that if you go on the website, go to Bison Academy and then click on Circuits 1. This has the entire syllabus for the class. It's got weekly assignments. The way the summer term works is summer is 12 weeks long, so we'll have 3 weeks of lectures, then review test number 1. 3 weeks of lectures, review and test number 2. 3 weeks of lectures, review and test number 3. On Bison Academy, all the lecture notes have been posted, so you can sit there and see the lecture. You can look at it in landscape format. This is what I use for the slides. All lectures have been recorded and uploaded to YouTube. And there's weekly homework assignments. As the semester progresses, I'll also post these solutions and make a YouTube recording, so you can see see the solutions in action. So for course information, I'm Jake Lauer. Course is online only during the summer. All lectures are also available on YouTube. My office is ECE 201. Mainly contact me through Zoom in the summer. Office hours are 8 a.m. till noon on Mondays. That's when homeworks are due on Mondays. I also check my emails throughout the week regularly. So if you ever need help, just shoot me an email and I'll be able to get back to you, open up a Zoom link if necessary. The bulletin description are linear electric circuits, component models, circuit laws. The objective is by the end of the semester, you should be able to solve for the currents and voltages in a circuit with steady-state DC and AC inputs. You should be able to write n equations to solve n unknowns using voltage nodes and current loop techniques. You should be able to design amplifiers with gains that are negative, gains that are positive, less than 1, more than 1, plus or minus. You should be able to analyze mathematical functions with complex numbers. Again, we live and breathe complex numbers in electrical engineering. The reason for that is real numbers work really well for DC, constants. When you get to sine waves, I have sine and cosine. To represent a term that has 2 elements, that's a complex number. You've got 2 elements, the real and complex part. You should be able to use circuit simulators, like Circuit Lab, to simulate the response of your circuit. And you should be able to build circuits in lab and measure the steady-state response. Now, the way this course is offered, during the summer, Circuits 1 is only offered online. In the fall and spring, it's offered in person, live stream, and online, your choice. During the fall and spring, it doesn't matter how you signed up, take it any way you want. In the summer, it's only online. The reason for that is it allows us to offer more courses if we offer them online only. So it gives you, the students, more options with more courses to take. If we offered it in person, we could only offer 2 or 3 classes. So there's a couple things you need to do before the summer starts. First, you got to send me your email address. Everybody's required to have a lab kit. You need this. This has got your components, resistors, breadboards, stuff like that. It also includes one of these guys. Everybody gets a Beersy multimeter. This is actually really nice. It's a multimeter, signal generator, oscilloscope, all in one. This is the first semester that we've been using those. It works great. You need MATLAB. So go to MathWorks, download MATLAB, and register. MATLAB is free for all NDSU students. Just use your NDSU email address. And note, it's got to be ndsu.edu. This is your NDSU email address. There's also NDUS. That's the North Dakota University System. We do not pay for students at UND, Mankato State, Bismarck State. We only pay for NDSU students. So this is not going to work. You got to use your NDSU email address when you register. If you do, it's free. You need to register with Circuit Lab. Circuit Lab is the circuit simulator we use in this class, used throughout the curriculum. Really nice simulator. Again, it's free if you use your NDSU email address. Not free for anyone else. Some other things you need. You need MATLAB for sure. You need Circuit Lab for sure. You need a lab kit for sure. You also need a calculator that does complex numbers. Your choice. On tests, you can use MATLAB. You're at home, you're online. If you want to use the hand calculator, I recommend the 342. That's a free app on your cell phone. You're welcome to use your cell phone on tests. 342 is a nice app. Just don't contact other people. If you want to have a physical cell phone that's not your cell phone, there's the HP Prime. There's the DM42 on Amazon, from Amazon. I'd use the 42. It's a free app. It's a really good application. I've used the 42 for almost 40 years now, almost 50 years, something like that. Great calculator. Best one ever made. The textbook, again, is Bison Academy. It's free. All the lecture notes, everything is available on Bison Academy. Plus, you can look ahead. What are we doing next semester? That's all available. What did we do last semester? That's available. Everything's open on Bison Academy. Unlike Blackboard, where you're locked out. You're welcome to look ahead, look past. I want you to use old information. We want you to use information you learned in previous courses. This makes it available. And it's used by a lot of people. Bison Academy is getting over 1.8 million hits a year. A lot of people use it. There's also homework sets and solutions. If you ever get stuck, this is what we did previous semesters on the homework sets. The problems change every semester, so they won't be exactly the same, but you kind of get the same idea, get the idea of ways to approach it. To submit your homework set. Homework sets can be submitted on Blackboard or emailed to me. I don't care. On your electronic submissions, nice thing about electronic submissions is you can copy and paste, take your MATLAB code, copy it in, take your Circuit Lab schematics, do a screen capture, copy it into your Word document. I can take JPEG images of my handwritten work, upload that. As long as I can read it, I'm good. I can read JPEG files just fine. I can read PDF files just fine. In terms of the way the semester is going to go, the way summer works, summer is 12 weeks long, so we'll have 3 weeks of lectures, then review and test number 1. 3 weeks of lectures, review and test number 2. 3 weeks of lectures, review and test number 3. And this class uses mastery learning. What that means is when you take test number 2, you can, if you want, retake test number 1. Highest score wins. When you take test number 3, you can, if you want, retake test number 1 and 2. The idea is this material is really important. You're going to be using this material for the next 4 years. If you can get really good at current loops, voltage nodes, Thevenin, it's going to make the rest of the curriculum, the rest of the classes you take, that much easier. So put in the time. If you struggle in the first test, put in more time, get better at it. As long as you're good at it by the time you end the class, you'll get full credit. There's also Circuit Lab. I kind of like saying that you don't really need Chegg. You don't really need AI. Chegg is kind of the bane of instructors. It's a place you can submit your homework problems and someone else will solve them for you. That's not the point. Electrical engineering is a lot like weightlifting. If you watch somebody else lift weights, it doesn't do you any good. You got to do it yourself. Having somebody else solve the problems for you doesn't help. But sometimes you'd like to know, did I get the right answer? Well, that's where Circuit Lab comes in. In Circuit Lab, this is a drag and drop program, really nice program. You can draw out the circuit, analyze it, it'll tell you what the voltages are, tell you what the currents are, and your calculations should match Circuit Lab. If you did it right, the answers match up. If they don't match, either you're wrong or Circuit Lab is wrong. My money is on Circuit Lab. And Circuit Lab is free. If you use your NDSU email address, it's free. If you use your NDUS email address, it will not work because everybody in North Dakota has an NDUS email address. That's the North Dakota University System. We do not pay for UND students or Minot State or Dickinson State. We only pay for NDSU students. So you got to use the NDSU email address, similar from MATLAB. Finally, the lab kits. Everybody in this class gets a lab kit. Inside the lab kit are all sorts of great components that you're going to use and need to build the circuits that we analyze. And what we use is kind of two types of circuits. There's circuits like have binary outputs. that'd be like this one. This is actually electronic circuit, but same idea. This is a powered breadboard, plugs into your breadboard right here. What that does for you, find a pen, is these rails. Plug this into your 9-volt battery, and I've got 5 volts on this top line, 0 volts on the blue line, 5 volts on the bottom line, 0 volts on the lower one. So I've got 5 volts and 0 available on the circuit. I can then build the circuit. Anytime I need 5 volts, I just run a wire over to the 5-volt rail. Anytime I need ground, I connect it to the ground rail, and I can build up my circuit. Stuff in the middle is shorted up and down. So like this row right here, it's all connected to pin 1 of that IC. Second pin is connected to pin 2, and so on. So that's one type of circuit. This is for DC signals. We'll also look at AC signals in this class. For AC, I'll have a plus minus 9-volt power supply. And to do that, we just use 2 9-volt batteries. So here's 9 volts ground. The second battery goes over here, 9 volts ground. If I treat that middle line as ground, this gives me plus 9 and minus 9. I've got plus minus 9 volts just using 2 9-volt batteries. And the batteries in your kit are rechargeable. If they quit working, just plug them in, they recharge. Save a tree. Then it gets some analog circuitry. I can do amplifiers. Something we'll be covering in this class as well. In addition, every lab kit has a Fierce multimeter. And this is actually really, really slick. This is a multimeter, oscilloscope, function generator. If I click on the left one, here is my multimeter. I can read voltage. If I click on the middle one, that's my oscilloscope. Click on the right one, there's my signal generator. And I can generate sine waves, square waves, triangle waves, change the frequency, and so on. Really nice device. We'll be using that for pretty much all the labs as well. You need to document that your lab actually worked. That's the multimeter. What you'll also need to be able to do is take pictures and videos to verify that you actually built the lab. To get a lab kit, send me your email address, send me your physical mailing address, and I will mail you out your lab kit. Kits will be available early May. In terms of grading, homeworks and labs are, I miscounted, 25% each. These don't add up. There's 3 tests. Each test is 25% for 100%. The labs and homework are all combined. Typically what you do in the homework is you analyze on paper, then you simulate in Circuit Lab, and then for a couple of them, you'll build a circuit, kind of like this, collect the data, and see do your measurements match Circuit Lab, do they match your calculations. Grading is rounded to the nearest 1%, with 90% being an A, 80% a B, 70 is a C, 60 is a D. And legal stuff. Attendance is required, but this is an online class. Watch the videos. If you have special needs, let us know. We will accommodate you. For honesty, the point behind that is that when you graduate, you're going to be designing defibrillators, pacemakers, flight controllers, stuff like that. People's lives depend on it. If you can figure out how to get through the program without learning anything, please don't. Again, you're going to need this material when you graduate. It is kind of embarrassing if you get to a company and your boss realizes you don't know anything. You won't be working there very long. It's better to learn the material here at NDSU than on the job when you graduate, when your job and career is on the line. If you're a veteran, let us know. We will accommodate you. So that, in a nutshell, is Circuits 1. It's a lab-based course. Hope you enjoy it. Again, the whole reason you go into electrical computer engineering is you want to build stuff. Well, this is where you actually get to start building stuff. So this really ought to be fun. If it's not fun, you're in the wrong major. If it is fun, it's going to get better too. So with that, welcome to Circuits 1 over the summer, and hope you enjoy the course.